we've got to figure out how we're going to set up our instrument. Thankfully, setting up a snare drum or practice pad is simple. The snare stand itself has two sections. These two sections are the basket and the base. Let's start at the bottom and work our way up. The base section of the stand will be defaulted to closed when stored, so all we have to do is loosen the wing nut located at the top intersection of the three legs. Once loosened, extending the legs to form a 45-degree angle with the ground and the stand will work perfectly in most cases. When finished, tighten the same wing nut as you loosened earlier, but be sure not to over tighten it. Next, we're going to attach the basket section. When stored, the tilter lock will normally be used to fold the basket into the upper tube. If that's the case, loosen this and adjust the angle of the basket to allow the resonant head or the bottom of the drum to sit parallel with the floor, and then tighten the lock. Before joining the two sections, make sure the wing nut on the joint of the lower tube is loosened, and then place the upper tube into the base section and tighten the same wing nut to join the two sections. For now, we're not going to worry about the height adjustment, as that will come later. All that's left is to adjust the basket itself and cradle the snare drum or practice pad. The basket is opened and closed with the adjustment nut, and we'll use this to secure the drum or pad on the stand. In general, the basket arms will be more closed for practice pads and more open for drums. With the pad, it's as easy as setting the pad in the arms with one hand and then tightening the adjustment nut so that the rubber sleeves on the end of all three arms are secured and snug on the pad itself. If one isn't, you may need to adjust the pad accordingly. With a drum, the process is the same, but I'll normally adjust the arms first so that the drum may sit on the rubber sleeves and then fine-tune as necessary, as not to damage the instrument. The process is sped up with the help of a friend, as someone can move the drum and the other can adjust the cradle simultaneously. There we have it. Your instrument is set up and ready to roll.